This is a $50 remote control excavator. And inside of this crate is a $1,500 remote control excavator straight from China. How an RC excavator could possibly cost $1,500, I have no idea, but we're about to find out. How do we open this thing? 27 pounds. That's what this thing weighs. We literally need a sledgehammer and a chisel to get this guy open. Oh, sick. You can see her in there. Wonder if I can just rip this open now. Holy crap. Ugh. Whew. It's not that big. What do we get for $1,500? That's a great question. Well, for $50, we get a little all plastic, probably weighs about 2 pounds, remote control excavator with a control system that looks to have no smooth controls. They're either on or they are off, but it does look like maybe it has a sound system, and you get one of these 18650 battery packs. I guess probably what you would expect for around $50. For $1,500, we get a fully metal, this is all metal, every single bit of it, hydraulic RC excavator. Yes, this is actually hydraulic lines. Everything on here works off of little electric motors. This guy is fully hydraulic. These are actual real hydraulic pistons, real metal bucket. Everything about this is basically a real excavator scaled down. And yes, because it's hydraulic, you have to fill this thing up with actual hydraulic oil. And there's a little dipstick here as well. With the big excavator, not only do you get the bucket attachment though, you also get this full metal grappling hook to use to like pick up trees or big rocks, whatever you want. Then we also have a rock crusher. Yes, this thing comes with a freaking rock crusher. And last but not least, this guy does come with a ripper claw. If the ground is frozen and you need to rip it up in order to be able to pull the dirt out of the ground, you can do that with this attachment here. And of course, in this price range, we do get the FlySky ST8 transmitter. A lot more going on with this guy. We're gonna mess around with all of these features once we get out into the field. This guy, because it's the upgraded version, is going to have the boom lights here as well as the full sound system. So this thing's going to sound just like a real excavator. Oh, also the battery is a 10,000 milliamp 2-cell LiPo battery pack. This thing's going to last quite a while. Yeah, at least I think. There's obviously a lot of differences between the cheap excavator and the very expensive excavator, but is it honestly worth $1,500, or should you save your money and just spend $50? In this video, we're gonna find out with the help of this guy. Well, let's go find out. Now, the first thing we wanted to test out here was, well, just how good this thing can kind of crawl around and dig. And almost fell over, but that's all right. Let's just, okay. Back up a little bit here. Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, dig. No dirt's going into the bucket. Okay, no dirt again. Maybe I need to turn around. Okay, fail. Okay. Oh, apparently I can only twist this thing like 270 degrees and then it locks up. Okay. I guess this is probably more like 540 degrees, but still. Well, so far the dump truck can't ride in the sand, and this excavator, well, I mean, it can't really do anything. Let's try out the big dog now. Please excuse my extreme noobishness at running this thing. I assure you, this was just as painful for me to watch while I was editing this video as it is for you guys to watch right now. But bear with me, I promise we get a little bit better. Well, 30 seconds down, we finally got our first bucket of sand. Let's go. All right, 2 buckets of sand down, finally starting to get a hang of this thing. So I think some of the differences here are, well, they're pretty obvious. Because this larger, more expensive excavator is so much heavier, literally like 15 times the weight of the smaller one. It makes it so that when it's digging, it's actually able to get the bucket into the sand and actually dig something up. The smaller one, because you don't have fine control over every single movement of the smaller excavator, it makes it so that you can't like just move the bucket by itself. You literally are moving the whole boom of the excavator and the bucket at the exact same time with one controller move. It just doesn't work very well. But with the bigger one, you can control the bucket move, the furthest out arm of the excavator, the actual main boom. Every single piece of it moves independent of each other, and you have a lot more fine control. The cheap excavator thus far can't really pick up any dirt with it. It doesn't seem to really want to like grab into the ground. It's really, I think, just because it's too light, and I think being so light is really what hurts this thing. Maybe if you put a brick on the back of it or something so that the bucket would get held down a little bit more, maybe it would do a little bit better. I'm just not sure. This guy weighing 27 pounds, as you can see, we filled up this dump truck here in 3 buckets basically. Obviously my skills on running this guy here are not the best, but a lot of cool things that you can do with this controller right here. So if you want to honk the horn, you can just flip the switch down. If you want to start the excavator, you flip the switch up and then down. What's also cool about this is this has a volume knob, so you can make it louder or quieter. So depending on your environment, if you're trying to be stealthy, you can definitely be a little bit more stealthy with this guy. This one here, it's either on or it's off. Obviously $50, guys. We're not expecting too much out of this thing. This video is really all about this Cabalite K961. I think this thing is freaking sick. You know what's funny is that this clip right here is actually sped up 200%, and it honestly looks like it's the speed that an excavator should be going. I am very not good at running this thing. I'm trying my best to try to get better at it, but it's definitely taking me a lot of time. This is a fun skill to learn. Unfortunately, the dump truck, it kind of, I don't know how to say this, basically just gets stuck constantly. Like every like 3 inches it goes, the sand, you know, it just starts spinning its wheels. Obviously, if we were on pavement down there, or maybe like really packed in dirt, maybe it would be a little bit better, but let's at least try the dump body on it. We're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt on that. Let's see if it can pick it up, because it did say that it was capable of doing 13 pounds, which this sand is definitely less than 13 pounds. So let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, it did that no problem. Oh no. That's what I was saying about that dump bucket not getting, or the dump body not getting up high enough. It basically just comes up to about here, which maybe if we were on flatter ground, you know, back here or something, it would have worked just fine. I probably should have tried it instead of just kicking it, but you guys get the point. It is quite literally 105 degrees today. I'm sweating like a dog. This Cabalite K961 is absolutely sick. I can't wait to do a bunch more on it on this channel. Basically, it's a full-blown hydraulic remote control excavator. The 10,000 milliamp battery pack, it said online something about it being rated to run for like, I don't know, 30 minutes, but I mean, we've already been out here for at least a half hour and the thing is still going strong. I'm sure you can, maybe it's 30 minutes of like constant movement, but with what I'm doing with this thing, I'd get a couple hours out of it. If you guys have interest in seeing more videos like this, I do plan on picking up a more middle of the range excavator around the like $500 to $750 price point, so we can really test like a middle of the road, more like pro quality electric excavator versus the hydraulic one, just to see kind of what the differences are in them, because I've actually never run one in that price range. I've only ever ran a really cheap one and then a really expensive one. So we're gonna try that in another video, but that's it, guys. If you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure you guys stay subscribed. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.